Hello and welcome to the weekly moon update. My name is Allison, the priestess of Wonderland, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the moon energy for the week of March 17th through the 23rd. We had our first lunar eclipse of the year last week with our Virgo full moon. Hopefully you survived that. And in a couple weeks, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries. So we're about halfway through the first eclipses of the year. And this is a big one because Mercury and Venus are retrograde at the same time. So there's a lot of crazy energy going on. For this week, we have a last quarter moon, which is going to decrease with light and energy until we have our new moon next week. A last quarter moon is a time to wind down and slow down, especially if big things were kicked up during the full moon last week. I'd like to invite you to get cozy and hang out with us to talk about the moon energy for this week. So let's jump into it. So we have our last quarter moon kind of Wednesday and Thursday-ish. A last quarter moon is when the moon is 50% lit and decreasing. I call last quarter moons half empty moons because it just helps me remember that that is decreasing, whereas a first quarter moon is half full and increasing. So we have our last quarter moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. We experience Sagittarius season at the end of a year, the end of November, beginning of December. So it has been about 3 months since Sagittarius season. So with a Sagittarius last quarter moon, it's actually a Sagittarius sun if your birthday was around that time. It's actually like your first quarter time of the year. Sagittarians might be feeling more energy picking up. It's really kind of beautiful energy because it's so close to the spring equinox and the start of spring. So it's really wonderful to have your first quarter time of year be right on the equinox. So once we pass a last quarter moon, which again is like between Wednesday and Thursday, this is when I allow myself to just really start to relax. As I said during the Follow the Moon challenge, I find my highest energy times are between the first quarter and the last quarter moon. No matter where my personal cycle fits into that, it's just I have more energy around those times. So once we pass the last quarter is when I start to give myself permission to kind of slow down to, if I have too many things to do, which a lot of times I do have a lot of things to do around the new moon, I try to shift as much as I can to the first quarter and just allow myself to take care of the little things that we need to do and conserve my energy for going into this dark time, especially with an extra dark solar eclipse. We will experience darker, and even solar eclipses make the energy feel even darker because the sun is also eclipsed at this time. So because not only does the moon is not illuminated around a new moon, but the sun is going to be blocked. So this is kind of like extra new moon or dark moon energy. And speaking of dark energy, we are starting off this week with a Scorpio moon. Scorpio, the moon will enter Scorpio at 3:31 a.m. very early Monday morning. So we'll be in Scorpio energy all day Monday and all day Tuesday. And for part of Wednesday as well, the moon will not move into Sagittarius until 4:17 for that last quarter Sagittarius moon. So not my favorite to start a week off with a water sign, but as the energy and light is decreasing, you should be starting to wind down this week anyways. A Scorpio moon after an eclipse can also kind of help us decipher or understand or release anything that happened, anything that came up for you over the lunar eclipse that you're ready to release. Scorpio energy is cleansing and releasing. It's very intuitive. Scorpio season is Halloween time, and just a Scorpio moon illuminates kind of the shadow side of things, the dark side of things, or the waning side of things. From late Saturday afternoon, all day Thursday and all day Friday is when we'll be in Sagittarius energy. If I feel like we'll have a slow start to the week, but fire energy can help activate things and get us moving again, especially if you have some like last minute things that you need to kind of take care of. Wednesday and Thursday is going to be a good time to do that. And even over the weekend too, because we'll be in Capricorn, and Capricorn, as I say all the time, Capricorn is about like checking those things off of your to-do list and success and achievement and accomplishment. So hopefully your energy will pick up with this Sagittarius energy. And if you still need to get more things done before this new moon, that use that Capricorn earth energy of checking those things off your to-do list before this new moon or solar eclipse. So to recap this week, we have water energy at the beginning of the week. So maybe a little bit of a slow start. And then we pick up a little bit with fire energy and close the week off with earth. So only 3 elements represented this week, but really kind of when I tap into the energy of this week, there's this kind of nice energy flow to it, despite like that we're in the middle of eclipse season, despite that we have a Mercury retrograde, we're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, we're in the middle of a Venus retrograde. There's something that just feels kind of okay about this week compared to like last week felt a little bit chaotic. This is kind of, it feels like the calm between the storms, the calm between the 2 eclipses. Also happening in the middle of the week with this last quarter moon is the sun is moving into Aries. So we've got so much Aries. We've got Mercury in Aries. We've got Venus in Aries, both retrograde. Now we have the sun, and then we also have the spring equinox on Friday, which is when we have equal light and equal dark. So just lots of like energy happening this week. Like it's spring. Spring is here. It's finally here. Okay, so continuing with our angels this week, we're working with the Archangel Michael deck, and we have a really positive message with this first card here. Number 44, you will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance that you need. So you have big plans and amazing goals. This feels like a really wonderful card to receive here in spring, or the first week of spring, the first day of spring. So you have big plans and amazing goals. I know it might seem like there's just no way that you can make it all work out, but that's not true. Your guardian angels and I are actively working to bring you all the resources necessary to move forward with your magical life purpose. We are arranging for you to meet all the right people, to find the physical space that you may be in search of, and to provide for any financial needs during this time. We are also working to make sure that you have the emotional and spiritual support of friends, family, and new people who will come into your life because of your life purpose. Have faith and keep moving. Everything you need is coming to you. Remember that gratitude fuels the universe. Fill your spiritual tank with thankfulness each day, and you will go far. So, hooray! Hopefully by now we have some solid plans and action plans set up. The energy of this week feels like we're being pushed forward. Finally, it feels like when Mars went direct, I was expecting this like big push, but it's kind of been a slow start. I guess it was just waiting for spring. Our crystal for this week is Tiger's Eye, a solar plexus stone of wisdom, strategy, empowerment, courage, protection, discernment, and the ability to see ahead. It also enhances intuition and helps to channel visions of past lives. Associated with Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, this stone serves as a companion in difficult situations and a guide when making tough decisions. The affirmation is, I am confident in my vision and empowered in my decision making. I know which way to go. I really love this card and this crystal because I think a lot of times we think of Tiger's Eye for courage and strength and empowerment and solar plexus energy, but I think it's often overlooked that it is also an intuitive stone and a wisdom stone, like it says, representing the goddess Athena, who was the goddess of wisdom and like the goddess of war and conflict. She could lead. And I've been noticing that. So our chakra card is a Earth Star chakra card for this week, and I've noticed that we're getting a lot of like two different chakra energies, and that seems to have been a theme like the last month or so of just having these like the not necessarily a focus on one chakra, but like the relationship between two chakras, which this one would be the Earth Star and the solar plexus, but also the third eye as well, with that wisdom and intuition there. And it feels like there's a reason for that. Like we are needing to understand the different relationships between all of the chakras, and also just more of like a coming into alignment. And I think that like a lot of times when we do energy work or chakra work, we're focusing on one chakra, but like we need them all to flow like in alignment. So I think there's something significant about like the interaction and the flow of all of the different chakras and having them work together. But also I think that like collectively we have been releasing so much that now our energy systems are trying to come back into alignment with all of the different shifts that we've been having happen, and finding that balance and finding that alignment again. So our chakra card again is the Earth Star Chakra, Grounded Harmony. I feel like this one has been coming up a lot lately too. So when you align with the energy of the Earth Mother Gaia, you will discover that you attune to the vibration of higher and stronger frequencies in Gaia's hands. You are always in harmonic resonance, brilliantly lending your rhythm to the grand song of the universe. Interesting that like rhythm and alignment is kind of like what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get that like rhythm word. Anyways, remember, when you come home to the mother, you come home to all that is. And when you are home with all that is, you are at home with the mother. Tibetan quartz is the crystal they recommend, which is like clear quartz crystal, but it has little inclusions of different, I think with Tibetan quartz, it's black tourmaline, like different minerals stuck within the crystal. And the herb is galangal root. So certainly themes of like getting in alignment. And specifically, like with this Michael card again about we will manifest exactly what we need, I think is kind of a message of like also like getting in alignment with the things that you want, getting to that vibration so that you're attracting the things that you want to come in. So I hope that you have a wonderful waning gibbous last quarter moon week this week. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. Things about magical. What was I talking about?